While the recent dry weather sampling results at Terrigal have been good, Terrigal Beach has received a poor grading in the State of the Beaches report for a number of years. The State of the Beaches report is put together by the New South Wales Government using the data that we collect as part of our Beach Watch program. The historical poor water quality results at Terrigal Beach indicate there may be a problem, so we've been working with the New South Wales Government to undertake the Terrigal Catchment Audit. As part of the Beach Watch Partnership Program, we assess the swimming water quality at 32 designated swimming sites so people can make informed decisions about where and when they swim. We have a formally trained team of scientists that conduct the Beach Watch tests. We're looking for the presence of a bacteria known as enterococci, which grows in the stomachs of warm-blooded animals. The bacteria itself isn't particularly harmful, but it can indicate the presence of other viruses and pathogens that may come from humans or animals. Once the samples are collected, they're tested at Council's laboratory and the results are sent to the New South Wales Government to be incorporated into the State of the Beaches report. The results are used to grade each site as part of the State of the Beaches report. The results can be very good, good, fair, poor, or very poor, and the results are based on 100 samples which can take up to 3 years to collect. The grades can be used to assess long-term environmental trends and highlight any areas of concern. It's important to understand that the Beach Watch results tell us there may be a problem, not the source of the problem or the solution. Due to the results we've received so far, we're now working with the New South Wales Government to undertake the Terrigal Catchment Audit. We don't yet know what's causing the problem. The situation's complex and investigating properly takes time. Water quality issues like those we've experienced at Terrigal can be made up of one large problem or a series of smaller compounding factors. As testing and analysis continues, we're likely to find a number of small problems, and working with the New South Wales Government, the community and other stakeholders will work towards solutions for each root cause.
So as the rain falls on our suburbs, it goes across our houses, our driveways, into the street and across our parks and into the gutters that flows straight out into all of our river systems, our lagoons, lakes and the ocean. So that rain that falls on our suburbs transports with it a range of pollutants. That can include herbicides, pesticides, sediment, fertilisers from people's yards, as well as other things like dog, cat or bird poo. And this all washes its way down into our water systems where we love to swim. The water that we use in our kitchen and our bathrooms flows into a sewer system, and that's a separate system to our stormwater. That sewer system then takes it to a treatment plant where it's treated. But occasionally, sewage can make its way into the stormwater system. Whilst Council has procedures and processes to maintain their systems, occasionally overflows and leaks can occur. In addition, old and cracked sewer pipes underground can make its way into stormwater, and there may also be illegal connections that aren't visible. So that can all affect water quality in our stormwater system and the beaches.
In exceptional circumstances, the sewer system is designed to overflow to specific locations. In this case, it can flow overland, or it can be diluted by receiving waters and treated by the sun.
The Terrigal Catchment Audit is a comprehensive sampling program starting from down at the beach and working our way up through the catchment. We're working with state government and experts from the University of Technology, Sydney to assess water quality here at the beach. Council employs scientists like me to design and undertake testing to make sure that it's thorough and accurate. At Terrigal, I'm testing the levels of bacteria out in the ocean, and I'm also assessing the level of bacteria up in the pipe systems through the catchment. So we've got a team of people working with me to get down into the drains and assess all the water quality in our stormwater. Up in the catchment at Terrigal, we're assessing trace pharmaceuticals such as caffeine and medication to see whether or not any of the bacteria that we're receiving is from human sources such as sewage, making it into our stormwater pipes. We know that there have been some concerns about sewage coming onto Terrigal Beach, but cloudy water up in the stormwater pipes, algae blooms and odd odours don't necessarily indicate sewage input into the system. So we're taking this very seriously and we're testing quite thoroughly to see if there are any pollution sources coming to the beach. We stick to state mandated quality control procedures, and we use registered and accredited laboratories to assess all of our water quality results to make sure that they're accurate. We kicked off our sampling program earlier this year, and to start, we've been sampling comprehensively at the beach system. And we've been sampling under different tide conditions and different weather conditions such as rainfall to see how the beach varies in its bacterial content over time. And this gives us a great idea on the baseline water quality conditions we should expect on a beach system. We also have what we call control sites, so we're using other beaches along the Central Coast to tell us whether or not the weather events are affecting Terrigal alone or other beaches in the system as well. Throughout the catchment, we're sampling down manholes and pits, so we've got a team of people working with us to assess the water quality there. Once we have a good understanding of what's happening at the beach, we can then work up through the pipe systems, systematically sampling in the catchment, down manholes and pits and in our gutters to see if there are any sources of pollution. We have a host of cameras that will be searching up through the stormwater system to detect any possible illegal connections or any cracked pipes. While it's easy to talk about solutions, the reality is far more complex. Up through the system there are thousands of kilometres of pipes, thousands of houses and hundreds of businesses, and that all drains into the Terrigal area. The same number of houses and businesses all have multiple sewer points. We could be talking about one or two major problems or many small problems all contributing to an issue. So we just won't know what it is until we've done comprehensive testing and evaluation. With complete data from the Terrigal audit, we might actually find that the problem's not as big as we first thought it might be. It's like looking for a needle in a haystack, but each set of results helps us in our search for answers.
Scientists from the University of Technology, the state government and the Central Coast Council are collecting microbial DNA samples from the Greater Bay so we can actually discern whether or not the microbes are coming from wildlife such as pelicans, seagulls and rabbits, or whether or not they're coming from domesticated animals such as cats, dogs or cows, or whether or not they're coming from humans. Don't worry, we're not identifying individuals, we're just looking at differences in species. Scientists are also working on understanding how the water moves in the bay so we can understand how long the microbes persist in the bay after a rainfall event and how far they move up towards other beaches to the north, such as Womberall and Foresters Beach, and how far they go off into the offshore environment. This research will help Council understand the origins of the microbial contamination that we're seeing in the bay and also come up with the best management options to remediate the problem.
In partnership with the New South Wales Government, we're committed to a comprehensive audit program. Before we plan a way forward, we need to properly understand the problem. We need to design a program that allows us to measure the impact of any changes that we make. We're asking for your patience while we undertake this work. We need to get this part right to make sure that our future investments are appropriate and that we get the best results for Terrigal Beach and for our community. It's likely we'll find other things to address along the way, and as we do, we'll be working to prioritise these. As residents and visitors to the Central Coast, you can do your bit to reduce your impacts on our local environment. Do you know where your sewer goes? Do you think about the chemicals and pollutants you use around your home and how these might be flowing into our waterways? We can all play a part in reducing pollution and protecting our environment through small, everyday actions. So let's work together to improve our waterways and keep our beaches beautiful. Remember, if it's on the ground, it's in our waterways.